So the Aggies lost again.
Yeah.
Close game.
Yeah.
It was a close
all
game.
the losses have been by one score games.
Wow. So they've been keeping it close, but they can't finish. And there have been some interesting memes online comparing Jimbo Fisher to Kevin Sumlin in their first 5 years, and their records are pretty much the same. But they had an injury to the QB. Max Johnson played. He's average. He's average. Which means everybody else has to step up. They played a quality opponent in Ole Miss. Am I right?
Yeah.
At Ole Miss.
Yeah.
So that would have been a quality win, but it's not horseshoes, right, Pop? You don't get any credit for losing. So.
But okay, let's try a 4-game parlay. Don't laugh.
4-game parlay?
Yeah.
Folks, we just got done researching and studying for a 4-game parlay. Wish us luck. It can happen. It can happen. I'll tell you what. We're taking. Where did I write it down? We're gonna go with the first game. Right now, it's what, 3:30 Central Time.
3:40.
3:40 Central Time.
The game starts at
first game is Cal in Oregon.
4:30 our time.
4:30. The overs is 61.5. We're going to take the overs because both teams score a lot. Cal, which doesn't have has probably, I think, a losing record, averages like 30 points a game. So I think that's an easy bet. Then we have 2 games at 6:30. One is USC versus Washington. 76.5 points. That's crazy amount of points. So we're going to take the unders. Then Michigan, Purdue. Unders is 30, only 53.5. That's 23 points less than that other game. Still, we're going to take the unders because I believe Michigan's most likely to win like 35-10, 28-3, 42-7, something like that. All right, folks, it's going to be the unders. Lastly, we have 6:45 Alabama LSU, and we're going to take Alabama and give 3.5. Are we getting? No, we're giving. We're giving. Yeah, we're giving 3.5 points. That's the 4-game parlay, folks. So, wish us luck. But back to Jimbo. What was it? So next week they play Mississippi State.
Yeah.
That's a winnable game. If he loses that game, the seat gets really hot because they play that at home. Am I correct?
Right, at home.
So if they lose that game, now the seat's real hot. They've lost at home. From there, they play a non-conference game. Am I right?
Yeah.
Who was
ACC.
It? Who?
Abilene Christian.
Abilene Christian. They play after that. Again, that's a W. Then they go to LSU, which is a loss likely. So they can go 2-3, finish 7-5, go to a bowl game and win, and at the best, most likely possible outcome, they could be 8-5. But they could very easily lose to Mississippi State, then beat Abilene Christian, lose to LSU, and that would be 6-6. And they'd probably still go to a bowl game, but I think if they go 6-6, they would probably forfeit a bowl game. Don't you think? They probably wouldn't even go. A lot of teams do that, and they probably would, and at that point he could get fired, folks. But the buyout is steep.
It's very steep.
So I don't know. I still think the donor class, the people who want him to succeed, are hoping he goes 8-5, and that buys him one more year. And another recruiting class for people to step up, perhaps some kid who comes in and is a difference maker. Another year there where Bobby Petrino is running the offense. We can hope. Right, Pop?
Yeah.
We can hope. But let's just for a moment pretend they finish 6-6. They decide, you know what they should do? They should just fire Jimbo and give the job to Bobby Petrino. Let him be the head coach for a little bit, at least for a year, and let the donor class start saving up some money, you know, for the next guy, or really just to continue to pay off
You
Jimbo.
need some points in the Georgia game.
How much of a discount you think Bobby Petrino would give A&M to become the coach there?
How much of a what?
Discount, like his salary. They ain't gonna pay him a whole lot. They're gonna give him a second chance. He'd be the lowest paid coach in the SEC. They could get away with if they said, "Hey, do you want to be the head coach or not?"
Well, yeah.
He would take it.
Yeah, he would take it.
In the meantime, you're still paying off Jimbo, hoping maybe Bobby Petrino. Hey, people forgive and forget. All right, you move on. The guy said he's sorry. They could win with him being the head coach.
Oh yeah.
So it could be that. But if it wasn't him, that's the cheap route, and I think the wise route to go. But because then you can keep the staff. You can tell them, listen, because you don't want to. You got to remember when you buy these people out, you then also buy out the whole staff and everything. Am I right?
Oh yeah.
All the head coach assistants. I mean,
They're
pretty much
gone.
they all leave. So in this situation, you just tell Jimbo to leave. You promote Bobby Petrino to head coach. You keep the staff, and you tell him, hey, you can bring in maybe one or two other guys. That's it. You know, you can bring in another offensive person because you were the offensive guy.
Yeah.
But hell, you can say, you know what? We're not even going to bring in another coach. You're the head coach and the play caller. So we'll save. Boom, boom. See, guys? So that would be genius in terms of saving money and keep the continuity, for continuity sakes. So you don't have a big old turnaround. The kids basically get to keep all the same coaches except for Jimbo. They save a lot of money. So that would be the best decision. But if they didn't go that route and they were going to hire a coach, who do you think they would hire? Who do you think, guys?
The guy from Kansas.
I don't even know that guy's name.
Lance.
Leipold,
something like that.
Heupel? Leipold.
I think.
Lance Leipold. Yeah, when I edit this, I'm going to put his face right there.
He's good.
He's a good coach. Well, Kansas been playing well, and I think they probably went to the bowl. They've been winning games there when they haven't have in the past on a consistent basis. Who's gonna leave where they're at to go to A&M?
Well,
who
if
is
Lincoln Riley loses tonight, he's gonna be looking for a job. But they said he's probably gonna be looking to go into
the NFL? Yeah, you can go pro. He'd go pro. And I don't want Lincoln Riley to be A&M's coach.
He doesn't play defense.
Exactly. He doesn't play any defense. He just.
They might go back to get that Coach Helko from Duke. That was at A&M.
I heard about that. The Duke head coach right now. What's his name? Elko? Elko. Maybe. I don't know. Wrong. We're going to put his face right here too, folks. Well, Jimbo's in the hot seat. We'll find out. Next week is really a big game. I'm sure when he does all his radio commitments this week, where he's got to talk to the media.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to be saying, Coach. What do you think about this home game and your preparation? Do you think I know obviously the season hasn't gone the way that you want it to go. Yada yada yada. Am I right?
No, yeah.
So we'll see what he does. I can remember my freshman year at A&M was R.C. Slocum's last year there. Okay? And so he has probably won. How many games did he was there for how long? Slocum was there for what? 10 years?
I don't know if it was
8 years?
He was there a good while,
He's probably got the most wins.
Last time they won the conference, any kind of conference was for him.
Well, they made a mistake when they got rid of him. They ran him off and brought in, I remember that Francione, and he was stunk up the place. Then they brought in that Sherman guy. He did fairly well, but they ran him off and brought in Sumlin. Sumlin lucked out and had Johnny Manziel there for 2 years, inflated his wins. And then they bring in Jimbo, And like I said, you can Google this. His record, Kevin Sumlin's record, are pretty much almost exactly the same over the same amount of time. So it really, going forward, he's got to win or he's going to get canned.
He may have a for sale sign out there that they put
But
on his
no one feels sorry. No one feels sorry because I mean, it's not like he's not trying. I'm sure he's trying to win. And then when they say, "Hey, you're fired,"
they're losing close games. They just can't find a way to win the close ones. I mean,
and I feel like it's because they don't have a true playmaker. I guess when they need somebody to make a play, when they need somebody to make a big play, game-changing playmaker, boom, they don't have that this year. I don't think it didn't happen today.
No,
Anyways.
that Johnson guy's not a.
Anyways, till next time, stick with us, folks. We'll see what happens. I'll do another one after the Mississippi State game to add to this to be continued. Jimbo on the hot seat. Till next time, stick with me. Jamin's Daily. We're out.